Ran so far with Blake. And we're fucking gay.
Anyways, like I was telling you, NATO visited Dayton, Ohio recently, and I think it is really nice that they are visiting third world countries.
That's funny. Hey, welcome back to Ran So Far with Blake. My name's Ran.
And I'm Isis the girl.
Okay, Isis the girl. Let me ask you about this. What was NATO doing down there, stinking
I
around
don't
in
know, but
beautiful Dayton, Ohio?
they shut down like 4 or 5 streets.
Yeah, I saw
apparently.
like a shoe account I follow was like, "Hey, our store isn't open today because of NATO."
Yeah,
and
NATO.
I just thought it was some like, I thought it because I saw it was Dayton, Ohio, and I thought it was something like, oh, it's like the
It's
national
probably like a right
affiliation
hat thing.
Oh, yeah. I thought
what else would they meet in Dayton?
Well,
for?
I thought NATO was like it stood for like a different. It didn't stand for the NATO we know. It stood for something like National Aggressive Toddler Organization or something like that. There's a bunch of mean babies down there or something. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
the Mean Baby March of Dayton, Ohio.
National acrobatic twins of Oslo or something. Thought that
The near, almost.
near almost totally old. People that are like,
So like middle aged,
right? Like their phones are still on little print, but they're like, my sciatica hurts.
yeah.
You're at the microbrew pub talking about your sciatica.
Yeah,
dude.
God,
Which is me pretty soon. I'll be at the micro pub. I don't think I've drank in 2 years. I'll be at the micro pub. I'll be enjoying a
micro penis.
I'll be enjoying a micro penis shot. And I'll be sitting there, and my phone screen will be. Each letter will take up the whole fucking. I'll have to read on an iPad. Like, sorry, my grandkids are texting me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Breweries feel like they're dying.
Bars feel like they're dying. Nobody young likes to drink.
Yeah.
This rep comes in here, and he said he was trying to sell us like a bunch of
Rape whistles.
Yeah, and we bought them all.
So
we bought
they
them all because
can't have them.
I want to walk downtown in my bikini. so I need one. I need one hanging from every angle. So even if I get taken down, there's at least a
Yeah.
Any wind at
You're
all.
the John Popper of rape whistles.
Yeah.
You're a best of them.
Yeah.
They're all different keys.
Anybody that walks up to me, I'm like,
beep. But they all fucking just scream fire.
yeah, fire. Every dude downtown that's like, excuse me, do you have 1 penny? I'm like, beep, 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 beep.
Well, you can blow that rape whistle, man. We all know that. We all know that about
true,
you. You are
I got
fucking
lung capacity in case somebody comes after me.
That's is that a lyric of something?
I got lung capacity. If someone come after me, that might be Machine Gun Kelly. I just think we should just give every woman a gun.
No.
Why?
I don't know. Have you met them?
Women?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a bunch of them. Nice.
Sometimes.
They're scared of guns, man. They cry when they shoot them.
That's not true.
Okay. End of what I had to say.
That's not the end, but it's just also like a counterpoint. No.
Stop stepping on my cord. Stop, dude. You're gonna fuck this thing up, dude. And then Christian's gonna get pissed.
All right, is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close your zins. They were stinking up the fucking joint.
Oh yeah, it smells like cool mint.
It doesn't, but it doesn't smell like real mint, like laying in a mint field.
Oh, do you do that a lot?
All the time.
Oh, really? Where's the closest mint field?
Back of my house.
Yeah, you got a mint field back there?
It's not a field. It's more of a mint patch.
Yeah.
But I can lay on it.
Okay.
One part of my body, head, arm, leg, part of a leg,
Part of a leg.
Part of a foot.
Nice.
I mostly lay with my head into the mint. And I sit there and do my gentle smellings. What's up with you?
It feels like you're in a... Go ahead, Mikey. It's all right.
Bye, boys.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Speaking of, let's talk about this male loneliness epidemic that's been happening.
What is Oh, dude, I've then seen something really funny. People are getting... Predominantly black people are their girlfriends are getting them to call their boys and tell them goodnight.
Yeah.
It fucking rips, dude. It was destroying me.
Yeah.
It was destroying me. Because every guy's reaction is like, what the fuck are you doing?
The best ones are like, motherfucker, what? I love you too, but what?
Yeah. they're like mad at their boys. Like, I just want to tell you sweet dreams. Sweet dreams is the one that gets the guys.
Yeah.
The guys are like, nah, man, don't tell me sweet dreams. One guy just says, man, you better keep that shit to yourself. Yeah, it's so good, man. Because I like, somebody put in the comments, like, if a woman, I mean, you got to get out of my area, okay? You got to stop swinging your legs and stepping on my cord. You stepping on my cord again. I mean, the guy cannot get off of my cord, Christian. I mean, the guy's being a real nemesis. Thank you. Yeah, keep my cord on my side, man. You step on your own cord and drink up your own fucking... Stop! That's by my drink!
It's cold.
Yeah, freeze that little thigh on the way up to the fucking big guy. That's what I was talking about was what?
You were talking about those videos, I think that had...
Male loneliness, but what is that?
There's just an epidemic of male loneliness, apparently. That's the new thing.
I wonder why.
It's because I think, what I think it is, we spent 2010 to 2019 building man caves.
Go off, King.
And now, you're trapped inside your man cave and there's no one to get you out. They're like the Chilean miners of
friendship. Yeah, hanging out.
Yeah. You've trapped yourself.
They go down there to be like, come out, Greg, and you're like, no. Yeah. I've got everything I want.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I have a signed Joe Montana jersey down here that I stare at to get away from my wife and kids. And now they fucking can't get out of their man caves. And they're like, why don't I have any friends?
I got high-speed internet down here to do my beatings.
Yeah, absolute beatings.
I can absolutely beat my cock to death. I've put my wife a laundry room upstairs, so literally I have a fingerprint scanner where nobody can get down here in the family. If I kill myself, they're going to need a fucking battering ram.
Yeah. I mean, they're just, that's what it is, man.
There's no outside anything. Dude, I think that's a pandemia thing, though.
Maybe, yeah.
I think Corvid Vallis. I think that's I think that's a thing because I think dudes found out. And what do you think about this? Tell me if this tracks. I think dudes found out over the pandemia that if we're pretty self-sustaining, but you don't need guys.
Yeah, but I
used to crave guys. I used to have a yearning for my guys, and now sometimes I see my guys and I'm like, take them or leave them.
Oh, thanks, man.
Not you, but other guys. I see some guys I know. And they're like, hey man, how have you been? I'm like, why don't you fucking die?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding. I don't actually feel that way.
I do.
That's crazy.
He's speaking truth to power to me.
I'm not speaking truth to fucking power. No, I mean, this is a comedy podcast.
From his mouth to God's ears. I hope you die too.
Okay, what I meant to say was, and it was just a little. It was that I feel like during the pandemic, like guys started, especially like guys like that are like normal guys that listen and watch and do just the normal things. They're aware of all of the things that society is aware of. They all have those jobs where they go to their job and they do kind of the same thing. And if everybody's playing Candy Crush, so are they. Like, they say what, they talk about Wordle at work or whatever.
Yeah, they're the last guys on Farmville.
Yeah, they're the last or towards the bottom rung or whatever. But they're just, they're like just normal fucking people. And those kind of people.
Angry Birds.
Yeah, and those kind of people, they over the pandemius, they just like, you know, if they didn't have a wife or they didn't have a girlfriend or they didn't have a partner, they just kind of sat around and they like tinkered on their house or learned how to cook, or they like watched the same shit, and they just kind of were so cut off that eventually when the shit was finally over, they try to go back out to the beer halls. They try to go back out to the places.
Speak their mind.
But it's not the same. You remember, I used to get out there before the pandemio, and I used to Jimmy Jack around. I used to talk my little shit. I'd get up there. I'd look at a cashier, and I'd say, "What's up, filthy?"
Yeah, you do that now.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you do that.
But he used to hit better, you know. I'd be like, "What's up, filthy? You still got your fucking nipples pierced or whatever," you know. And they'd be like, "You know I do, young father." And now it's just you go up there, you say, "What's up, Johnny? You ever get smacked out?" And they say 10 on 1, and you're like, "Fuck, all right, man. I guess there's no."
Yeah, I mean,
there's no rootin' scooting anymore.
I'm thinking you don't know what loneliness is.
Okay, explain it.
That you don't know what an epidemic is, and that you might not know what a male is.
Explain the whole thing.
I think what
is
it
mail
is,
Amazon? Explain the whole thing.
Yes, it's the U.S. Postal Service, and I think that, brother. People have gotten. I think you're kind of right with the pandemic that they got
nailed it.
They got sucked into being online, and now they're like, well, I don't need friends but the computer. But then they go and they're like, well, I'm 38 and I've not talked to a woman that's real in 4 years, and I don't know who my father is, and you know, but I know that, you know, Darth Vader is going to be here when I get home, and I'll play Battlefront 2.
And thank God he's life size so I can fuck him.
That's true. I cut a hole in his mask.
I cut a hole in his mask in the back of his
and now it makes sense why he can't breathe.
And now the stormtrooper gets to do the force push. Now I'll show you what Sith Lord is, you fucker. Yeah, and then the guy doesn't have friends.
Yeah, and then he wonders why, you know.
Well, I mean,
Jim doesn't call him back.
You think the reason why Jim isn't calling back is because, like, a lot of their friends, like, the older you get and the more you're supposed to get, like, wiser, but then your friends start, like, only talking about, like, Japanese playing cards with little animals on it, and they only listen to bands where people scream, and they're generally just got their beautiful ass legs out when you're podcasting.
Yeah.
And you got
who could you be talking about?
I don't know, just guys in general.
Yeah.
But do you think that?
Do I think what?
What
you
I said.
Pose a question. You just
expound on what I said.
You described me, and then.
Oh,
but I'm
not loneliness alert.
I'm not lonely though. I'm an introvert.
How are you beating loneliness?
I'm an introvert
as a male.
It's great. Male loneliness has been perfect for me.
I love male loneliness.
I mean, I don't need anybody. I don't want anybody. Leave me the fuck alone.
Your wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't need anything outside of that.
And you have others. Well, what about me?
I am.
You don't need me
at capacity.
For me? I'm out on the last episode.
Yeah. Unless we change the name of this fucking thing, you're out.
We are changing the name.
It's a fucking God.
I think people forget day to day what happens on these things. Well, that's
like you, motherfucker. I figured you would be in the know because it's us together. You stupid motherfucker. The guy that, yeah,
yeah, dude. I've never engaged in male loneliness. But so what is the epidemic about it? Like, what is everybody afraid of?
There's a ton of male loneliness.
Yeah, but what is it everybody afraid of? Just these motherfuckers being weird around them?
Well, I think, like, you know, you just see a bunch of fucking guys online being like, women are fucking terrible. You know, that's why
you're talking about an incel.
Yeah, but I think that's
being lonely makes you
Yes, it does for sure.
I mean, you can just be a guy that doesn't doesn't interact with people that like stuff, and then you're not weird to girls.
To us,
yeah, we have friends that are like that.
Yeah, but
you had a podcast with one.
Yeah, but I'm saying that we also are more well adjusted than a kid that's like 18 to 24 that has been just, his mind's been poisoned. He, spent fucking years inside because of the pandemic. And then, his mind was poisoned by the outside, and he goes and he's like, oh, I'll go and try to talk to a girl, and it goes bad because it always goes bad when you first try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't.
There's no participation ribbons in getting pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Well, unless you fuck her fat friend.
Yeah.
That's the participation trophy.
All
but
right, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, they don't understand, so then they go home and then they see, Tristan Tate or whatever rapist they're listening to, and they go, well, women are the problem, and then they're like, yeah, women are the problem, and I should be a Nazi.
Yeah.
That's all that was. Anyways, I was thinking about the Cracker Barrel General Store.
Okay. I was in the market for a new triangle with golf tee game.
Dude, I mean, there's a brilliance to the Cracker Barrel General Store.
Go off.
Because they're like, yo, let's put a fucking yard sale in front of our restaurant. I mean, that's amazing.
Let's put an old-timey gas station store.
Yes.
With rusty things.
Yes.
Right before you eat pancakes.
And you're like, for some reason, though, like when you walk out and you've just eaten a chicken and dumpling meal that's
you're like,
$20,000.
You know what I could go for? Yeah. A Big League Chew and a new honey pot.
No, yeah, exactly. You get out, you eat a 20,000 calorie meal, and then you walk out there, you're like, God damn, I need a Reba McEntire CD and a statue of Snoopy at Jesus' crucifixion. That's what that is what I need. I need a mini jukebox and a peppermint stick.
After eating green beans and cornbread, I really could go for a big old mess of Precious Moments dolls.
Yes, dude, yes. It's truly one of the most brilliant businesses.
Have a happy day cookie jar before I leave this place.
It's Costco for knickknacks. I love it.
I need a poncho.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I need a poncho with Tweety Bird on it.
That's cool, though. But it's all, you know what I'm starting to realize?
I need a gun rack that says beware of grandma.
The name of this episode. Beware of grandma.
I fucking love the Cracker Barrel Journals. I wish we could do a commercial for them.
No.
That's insane. It would be so insane.
It would be insane. It would be like us trying to wear it would be us trying to wear all the stuff.
Yeah.
And Cracker Barrel General Store is where you could see where the real hillbilly children really break down.
Oh, absolutely.
Because kids are in there like, oh, God, I just want the fucking thing from Pee-wee, the squeezable alligator.
Yeah.
That thing?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, the Cracker Barrel Journals is so fucking, they're like, is giant Jenga too much for your fucking tiny brain? We have checkers on a rug.
Yeah.
We have checkers on a rug.
We have jarts. We have lawn jarts.
God, I love the Cracker Barrel General Store. Nothing can replace it. Buc-ee's could never.
Yeah, but Buc-ee's is like Cracker Barrel General Store with cartoons. It's just like, it's that. It's cartoon Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel's got cartoons.
What?
Cracker Barrel's got cartoons.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the old timey racist ones. I'm not talking about salt shakers that belong in a burn pile. I'm talking about a fucking. They got a little beaver. They got a little beaver on everything that the Cracker Barrel already sells.
Yeah, but that Buc-ee, something's gonna come out about him.
He's fake. He's a little beaver mascot.
Something's gonna come out about that Buc-ee.
Yeah, man, they just came out of nowhere. It's just like a thing where everybody likes it now because it's kitschy and whatever. I mean, I bought my mom Buc-ee's Gibbets, which sounds like somehow the most racist thing I've ever said. But it's like, I don't know, man. Everybody likes a Buc-ee's now. Girls are into it. Kids like it. Guys with purple hair.
Guys wish they could be it. Women want to fuck it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Buc-ee's is whatever. Who gives a shit? It's a truck. It's a truck stop without truck.
I'm just saying that the Cracker Barrel store is the top tier of hillbilly accoutrement.
I think Buc-ee's usurped it.
I think Buc-ee's is down here. I would rather go to a Sheetz than a Buc-ee's. Suck me off.
Okay.
Send me to a Wawa before you fucking take me to a Buck.
What is your problem?
I think Buc-ee's is for trailer trash. I think Buc-ee's is for people that
I would argue
that I think Buc-ee's is for people that need to recharge their motorized scooters.
I would argue that Buc-ee's is more for we watch Parks and Rec.
Yeah, fuck them.
The millennial. We drove a Subaru to Buc-ee's to get flip flops with the beaver on it.
Yeah.
Then
and the people there pretended
family.
they didn't care that we were gay.
Right.
Yeah.
The people there kept their fucking mouth shut while I bought Buc-ee's.
But that's why I like Cracker Barrel, dude. They'll fucking tell you, like, we don't like that you're gay, but you should buy this Tim McGraw.
That's why you like Cracker Barrel?
Because they're real, motherfucker.
Nah, I don't like that version of real, motherfucker. I think that Cracker Barrel is a restaurant, and it should just remain a restaurant and leave the knickknacks to places like Trader's World.
No
and
way.
I think there needs to be a Walmart general store for that kind of stuff.
No.
Like in the nostalgia part of Walmart.
No,
we buy a hat
dude,
that says
we're talking-
our prices are so low, and they
Oh,
killed
the
somebody.
rollback with the fucking smiley face.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, roll back. Do you remember that?
No.
Commercial? Oh, well.
You're from
I
hillbilly
guess-
stock, admittedly. I really tune out when it comes to stuff that I think is
Well, that was a commercial in the early aughts, I would say,
that's when I was out.
on commercials.
I was done.
I was out on commercials
I
back
was in-
then.
I was in
9/11 happened, and I said, "Hey, I don't need any more commercialism."
You know, I was thinking about that, man. I used to be really, as far as free spirits go, I wasn't like I was rudderless in a lot of ways, but I wasn't like a drain as a free spirit, but I was really less capitalistic. I was really less caring. I was really just kind of more, I would go skateboarding all day and hang with a bunch of my friends, and we'd bomb hills at night, and we'd smoke joints in the park, and we'd talk about like different fucking birds at night or whatever. And then I'd get on the bus and I'd go home to live at my mom's house, and I probably wouldn't have turned on a TV for a whole fucking day. Sometimes I just listen to my iPod. You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't even really love songs like that. You know what I mean? I don't love songs like that. Sometimes I'd just be like fucking zoned out, man. Cooked on weed and the sunshine. And now I'm a guy, I get on my phone, I'm like, what type of shoes are the, it's like, why don't I just fucking knock it off? I need to get back to the basics. I need to get back to my roots. I need to get back in my boots and dance for my me. I need to get back to who
are you?
Well, my name's Rand Snormans, but I used to get that, you know, I don't know what happened to me. I do. It's over the pandemia, and it was being afraid that I wouldn't be able to, as an adult, I wouldn't be able to get the things I wanted from when I was a kid that other adults had, which is such a weird mind state to be in.
Like what?
Like Air Max 95s with the Volt Air Max 95s. I always wanted.
Is that
those.
what you think adults had?
When I was a kid, they had them.
Yeah, but
adult
like,
men in my neighborhood were wearing the Air Max
Sure.
95s, and I thought they were the coolest looking dudes in the world.
But I
right?
think like when you say like, oh, I want the things that I think adults had, usually that goes
means
to
a house, a car. I get it. I know.
a house, a car.
I'm talking
a wife.
on a thing that but that I wasn't like that. I wasn't like a guy that was like a house, a car, a wife. I just saw the way cool older dudes, seemingly to me as a 12, 13-year-old boy, dressed. I didn't look at their girlfriends or their wives or their fucking house or their car even. I looked at like their shoes and their fucking hat or whatever. And that was things that I could actually own. I couldn't
own a woman.
own a woman. I'm old. I'm not that old. I couldn't own a house. I mean, that's so far fetched. I couldn't own a car. I was fucking 12, 13 years old, but I could get Air Maxes, but they were $120 fucking or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I'm not doing that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's why, I don't know. That's probably what the Pokemon thing is for me. Stuff you couldn't buy as a kid to buy them now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
But
that's
what do
why I
you
buy
think,
condoms for my father.
Right. So he could go back in time and unbust.
Well, I just, not bust in me, but yeah.
I get it.
It was a much darker joke than you made it be.
Didn't really like it. Hated that one, actually. Sadder than it was funny. Sad if true.
It's not true.
Obviously, it's a comedy podcast. Everything said on this isn't true. But, yeah, that's not true. When we're being serious, you can obviously tell. It's so crazy. That's what I mean. Like, I had like a capitalist claw stuck in my fucking brain. And then when COVID-19 happened, I just remember being like,
God, are people going to start naming their kids Corvid?
That would be cool. When that happened, I just remember being like, damn, dude, I guess I just need to buy Jordan 11s. It's like,
yeah, something to bury you in.
Yeah, but then I got them and I looked so stupid in them. I'm like, these were shoes for the 90s. This wasn't for me now.
Yeah, I had some of those in about 2010. I had some Reebok pumps.
Yeah,
with the basketballs on them.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not so cool probably now if I wore them.
No, you would look stupid.
I'd look like a fucking dipshit. But they were sick.
They only looked cool in the 90s when they made shoes like that.
Yeah.
Now people wear those clothes like now everything's vintage.
Yeah.
We're gonna slowly find that shit is like they make vintage shit and it's like the Cincinnati Bengals never did this. You know what I mean? They'll be like, check out this new vintage Bengals stuff at this vintage store. Like we got a bunch of them in. It's a vintage print. I'm like, the Bengals never fucking had a thing with a tiger like biting a steelworker's head in half. They didn't do that. You made it look vintage, and now you're selling it for $55.
Yeah.
By saying it's old. It's like you go in the archives of shit, man.
That's why vintage stuff sucks.
It doesn't suck. I mean, I'm wearing old jeans, and they fucking rule. They feel good, but all the other the t-shirts and shit and all the sports shit that they're trying to get off on people is like, y'all made this shit. This is don't stop tricking me. Everything's a trick.
You are for sure. You're definitely a trick. Oh, I watched that documentary about the couple that murdered all those girls.
Oh, the British one?
Yeah, crazy.
Man, I can't even talk about that documentary.
Why?
Because I started watching it. Oh God, I started watching. No, I can't. Me and my girl started watching it, and we couldn't even get through it.
Okay.
Because like 2 minutes in, we just started having sex. That looks so bad.
It doesn't look bad because
it was just on the TV.
It's not like you were
and I was like, this can't be a show that makes us horny.
Yeah, but I don't think it made you horny. I think you guys were horny and then turned on that show.
We turned on something that we thought.
I mean, you know how many times I fucked a Harry Potter? It doesn't make me horny.
Well, now it probably does. Every time you hear that ding, ding,
yeah, for
ding.
Sure. I get a fucking fear boner.
Yeah.
But
the basilisk. But yeah, I know what you mean. But no, we just put it on.
Yeah, of course. It's fucking.
We just put it on to see what we could see. And
it's wild.
We're in the middle of it, and it's like they found another set of teeth, and I'm like,
is that what you look like when you fuck?
Help! No, it was.
So you haven't actually watched it.
I tried, but we were watching Herman.
I tried to say goodbye and
Go ahead, Macy. We were watching the Herman documentary, which was fucking whoa. The end of the Herman fucked me up a little bit. Didn't get me, but
what, he died? I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, but the end of it is crazy. The end of it's really crazy. Man, they really fucked that guy over. They really fucked that guy over.
Yeah.
For like no reason. They went after the Herman.
Well, what, jerking off in the movie theater?
Yeah, but he wasn't really. He was just in the movie theater. And they saw his name and was like, oh, yeah, he was jacking off. He was in a jack-off theater, so he was jacking off. He was like by himself. His dad was sick. That made him horny. So he went to... No, he was like...
I thought his dad was with him. His dad was sick.
No, he went down there to check on his dad. His career was kind of fucking... he kind of flopped with Big Top Pee-wee, so he went down there to like be with his dad, and he went to a fucking little jack shack, man. He tried to fucking clear the pipes. This is the days before the internet, man. And he didn't have a plumber down there in Sarasota, so he cleared the pipes manually. You know?
So he was jacking off.
Maybe, but he said he made it sound like he wasn't. It was just like a vice operation to get the owner of the place, and he happened to be in there.
Dang.
But even if you were jacking off, that's what that place is for.
Jacking at the wrong place at the wrong time.
So then they do the Blake Hammond story, and so then they got Pee-wee up out of there, got his mugshot. It fucked everybody up back in the day. I mean, I remember that mugshot. We were like, yikes. And Paul Reubens on there is like, I mean, he's like, I look like Charles Manson.
Yeah,
he's
did
like,
look
I mean,
crazy.
it was fucking terrifying. He's like, you know, I was like, that's not what what the Pee-wee looks like to everybody. But he's like, I was trying to like be incognito while I was like helping my sick father. I wasn't like, you know. So he's like, he's very dude. By the way, he's so funny. And then like in 2010 or 11.
Didn't somebody put him in Blow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was in Buffy. Was that before?
Before.
Yeah.
David Arquette got him in Buffy, and they were friends. And then Johnny Depp fucked with him and put him in Blow. But he was in a bunch of other stuff, too. And then...
well, Blow was like the resurgence.
Yeah, kind of kicked him off. And then... Well, Buffy kind of kicked him off. And then he was in
He's so
Blow.
funny in Buffy.
Yeah, he's great. And they were showing the cutaways to him in Buffy, and he's great. He's fucking killing
Dying for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. He's great, dude. He's ripping. He's in like Mystery Man. He's in like a bunch of stuff. Somebody put him in a music video, and then I guess somebody like Paul Reubens like lived in this house in Hollywood Hills where he like planted all the cactus, and like he would take home videos of like all the nature and shit. He was like a very nice man and like a good gardener, and like he was just like enjoying his time being rich off of Pee-wee, and like he always wanted to make stuff because all of his characters were funny. And like he has a character where he's like Chief Longtoe, where he's like a Native American that's dancing around, and like at the beginning of the thing he's like I really thought Chief Longtoe was going to be the thing that broke me out into the world. And he goes, thank God it was Pee-wee, because that was like, he's like, I'll say it, that was downright fucking racist.
Yeah.
He's like, it was racist what I was doing. He was like, I didn't think of it at the time.
Yeah, right.
He goes, but it was like racist what I was doing, which is cool. Like he's just a guy that's like, yeah, that was fucking bad. I can't believe I did that. And they show it on there, and he has like all the rights to it. But like, you know, then they got him for the child shit, the fucking CSAM, allegedly. And he's like, dude, it was crazy how they got him. The FBI just raided his house because somebody left like some fucking anonymous tip or some shit that he had like child abuse material. And they raided all of his collections. And he goes, he had collections of like Playgirl magazines and old porn, you know, because he was out of the closet for a little bit because he had a boyfriend. Then he went back in the closet, his own words, and he kind of never let anybody know what his sexuality was. So everybody would always be like, oh, Pee-wee's gay. And he's like, I'm not gay. I'm with a woman at the awards. But they weren't hugging her. You know what I mean? So he was just a deeply closeted, back in the closet. He's like, that was one of his characters, you know? And so he collected ashtrays and statues and vintage porn and vintage nude. And they found in all of he said it's something crazy, like 30,000 images on paper that he had, like magazines. Of all 30,000, they found one image, and they showed it. And it was a cover of a gay magazine with a very young-looking dude on the cover, and from like the 60s or the 70s. And then the FBI like did their research, and they found out the dude was of age. And but they never like went on TV and said, "Oh yeah, we fucked up."
Jeez.
So just everybody forever for the rest of Paul Reubens' life thought he was like a fucking pedophile. And he wasn't. He was just like a dude that collected a bunch of stuff. He was a rich guy that started a trader's world in his house.
Yeah.
You know, he had a fucking flea market worth of shit, and some of it happened to be wiener mags. But he wasn't like a bad guy. And like, dude, man, it is fucking heartbreaking how he got done bad. Because he was like a fucking, you know. I remember when the Pee-wee thing came out in like 2015 or whatever. On Netflix, do you remember when they put something, or 2016 or whatever? I even was like, "Ooh, that's kind of weird. Isn't he like a bad guy?" Because I loved Pee Wee growing up, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that guy a fucking bad guy now? No. They just never ever said he wasn't. So it's like,
yeah,
he kind of got totally fucked.
Well, dangerous games you play.
Thanks. So I give that documentary 5 stars out of 4. Let me tell you this, listener. Viewer, Christian, Beans. Let me tell you guys this. Let me tell you everybody this. The pod is moving. This is the last episode of Rant So Far with Blake, as it is in this iteration. This is the last episode of Rant So Far with Blake, as it is in this iteration. That's okay and that's good. Name's too long, and we're switching over. The podcast henceforward, you can follow us on YouTube, and Instagram will be changed, but you can follow us at the new one. It's Claw Machine Podcast is what it's going to be called. It sounds cool. It sounds like a band name. The government likes it. I love it, and we're going to be the Claw Machine, and that's where the podcast will be posted under there. So now Christian is the producer of Claw Machine, and Beans is the editor and executive producer of Claw Machine. The Patreon will remain the same, which is www.patreon.com/rantsofar463. You can get in there. It's $3, $5, $10. We suggest getting in there at 10. We're having a good time. We're loving our lives every second. And if we have somebody new, more clips are coming out. Cub's going to get back on those clips. And there's going to be some new branding. Maybe it'll be a little scarier. But we haven't decided yet. We got a lot of things to talk about. So if it takes a fucking month or 10, you're going to... No. We'll be back next week. And Blake, what do you got to say? Say it loud. Say it proud.
I think
Ty Cobb.
That Ty Cobb was a bad guy.
That's true.
And I think that we'll see you next week.